Well, good morning. This is Randy's No Drama Zone for the ladies, and today is going to be shoulders and arms. Um, all you're going to need is like a yoga mat, comfort mat, um, a set of dumbbells, a pair of dumbbells is all you need. And I'll talk about that here in a second. I'm still waking up, and I'm a little sore. Not from yesterday's. You know, if any of you have sore legs today that did yesterday's workout, that's a good thing. It means it worked. And if not, well, the intensity is going to get more intense as we progress through this program. Today, shoulders and arms, it's going to be 9 exercises. It's going to be 2 sets. Again, in the 12-8 format, all right? A little lighter weight for 12, slightly heavier if you got 2 sets of dumbbells for 8. Should be a little bit of a challenge, particularly like if you're doing 12 reps, when you get to about the 10th rep, it should start to, feel like it's getting difficult, you know. And then with the 8 reps, right around the 6th rep. Okay, nonetheless, you should be feeling the burn by the second set. I'm trying to, and you'll have to choose your weight in order to do that. Now, for me personally, I'm not doing this for my own fitness because I got my own workouts. Today, I'm going to be doing back later on today, but I'm going to do shoulders and arms with you. And like I said, it'll be 9 exercises. We're going to do front raises. We're going to do regular curls. And we're going to lay on the mat and we're going to do skull crushers. Okay. After that, second set, we're going to do just go out Y raises, like you're standing at the corner of a room and you're reaching for the corners of the room, or on a wall and reaching for the corners of the room. In a Y, and that's why they call it Y, because it's kind of a Y shape. You're going to come up, and when you're doing these raises, you want to keep your elbows slightly bent and your hands no higher than shoulder height, and just lift straight up and then down. And then we're going to go and we're going to do what we call a wide, not wide, but wide curl. Elbows sucked into your side and going in a Y format, okay? Then we're going to lay back on the mat again, and we're going to do what we call a iso crusher or a single side crusher. You're going to lay on the ground. You're going to support your active arm with your non-active arm your hand right in the inside your elbow, and then you're going to bring the dumbbell towards your shoulder. You don't touch it, and then back up. Okay. Again, and that one is a single arm move, so it's going to be 12 this side, 12 this side, and then of course 8 and 8. And then the last block of exercises is going to be what we call a lateral curl or lateral raise or side raise. This one, you want your elbows kind of bent at about a 30 degree, right? You want to lead with your elbows, and your dumbbells should be below shoulder height, just slightly below. Your hands should not be more than shoulder height, no more than shoulder height. Lead with the elbows. Next one will be what we call a hammer curl, neutral grip at your sides. Always have your elbows tucked into your side, and we're going to come up hammer curl. And then the last move, tricep move, is going to be what we call a tricep kickback. And that one, you're going to hinge at the waist, hold your dumbbells, arms at a 90-degree angle, and then you're going to hinge at the elbow and kick back. And squeeze that, what they call the horseshoe, right? Squeeze those triceps. Now I'm going to go light with these because, like I said, I'm going to be doing arms later in the week where I'll be going heavy for my own workout. And if you want to follow Randy's No Drama Zone Fitness Beyond 60, 65, that's where I do my own, you know, where I push. This one, I'm going to lift a little weight, but I'm not going to go heavy. Not for this. So for me personally, I'm going to, let's see, I'm just going to use probably my 10-pound and my 15-pound dumbbells for these. Nothing, you know, real heavy. So let's get started, shall we? All right. Okay. I got 10-pound dumbbells here. I recommend, you know, 5, 8, 10-pound dumbbells for yourself. You know, unless you're good and strong and you can go heavier, go ahead. But for me, I'm just going to do 10s because this is all about demonstrating. This is leading the workout. So front raise. We're going to come up, elbow slightly bent, no more than shoulder height. Okay, let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, shake that out a little bit. Get a little sip of water or whatever. We're going to move on to the next exercise, 12 reps. We're going to do regular curls. Elbows into your side, and you're just going to come up like this, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Regular curls, ready, begin. 1. And you only have to come up this far. 2, that's a curl. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you should really feel the squeeze. Squeeze that bicep at the top. 8, 9, squeeze it. 10, 11, and 12. When you're doing these curls, when you're coming up to the top, it's kind of almost like, you know, you're a kid, you know, trying to show off your friends your muscle. You're trying to actually flex that bicep when you come to the top. Okay, so now we're going to go down on the floor and we're going to do skull crushers, okay? Now, skull crushers, I'm going to show you standing up, but you're going to be laying on your back and your arms are going to be, you know, like you're on your back and my arms are straight up, and you're going to come down, bringing the dumbbells right beside your ears, right? But the idea is try to, like you're trying to squeeze a beach ball in between your elbows, okay? So squeeze those elbows together as much as you can, come up like that, okay? So flat on your back. The more you squeeze your elbows together, the more you'll engage your triceps. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Last one. All right. Okay, your first set of your first block is done. So you can either stay with the same weight. If you can go a little heavier, go a little heavier. And we're going to do the second sets, 8 reps. I'm going to grab 15s for these. And you can get ready for the next second set of the first block, okay? Back to front raises. Again, remember, elbows just very slightly bent, and you're going to come up about this high, okay? Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, that's front raises. Now we're going to go on to regular curls. 8 reps, elbows into your side, come up and squeeze that bicep. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3. Really suck in your core too. Suck your belly button into your backbone, man. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, skull crushers. Again, focusing on squeezing those elbows together. We're going for 8 reps. Skull crushers. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, those skull crushers, when you do the skull crushers, this part of your shoulder shouldn't move. You should only hinge at the elbow. It's the only thing that should be moving, just so you know. Okay, so that's the first block is done. We're gonna do, get a quick sip of something. We're gonna do the second block. Go back to my 10-pound dumbbells. Now, normally, if I'm doing a regular shoulders workout for like my other one, I'll be using 20s and 25s. But for this, I'm using 10s and 15s. I don't want to damage myself. At this stage of life, that's not a good thing. Anyway, so Y raises, we're just going to come out like we're reaching for the corners of the room. It's just kind of like the front raise, elbow slightly bent, no higher than this. Reaching out to the corners, okay? Hands at your side, dumbbells at your side, ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, engage that core. 5, 6, chest up. 7, shoulders back. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, that's those. Now we're going to do what we call a wide curl. Now these are the hardest of the curls to do because just the way the levers work, and it's probably the lightest dumbbell you'll use for curls. And if you could stay with the same weight, great. I'm going to stay with 10s. And elbows at the sides. We're going to come out wide. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, 11 and 12. Man, I got to keep track. I got to remember we're doing 12 and 8, not sets of 10. Okay, 12 and 8, Randy. 12 and 8. Okay, now we're going to do what you call the single side crusher or iso crusher. Again, you're going to lay back on your back on the ground. Support that inside of your elbow and just hinge. And just before you touch your shoulder, come back up. Okay? We'll do right side and then left. Okay. Okay, right arm up, get the inside of your elbow, and then bring it down towards your shoulder. Come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Switch hands. Go to the other side. Left arm now. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Did I just do 10 on the right side? I probably did, didn't I? Sorry about that. It was 12 reps first side. Man. Okay. That's the first set of the second block. Get a sip of water or something. You want to make sure you stay hydrated. Get your pre-workout. All right. Grab your 15. I'm going to grab my 15s for the second set. 8 reps. God. For some reason, I think I only did 10 on a couple of those, and I'm sorry about that. It was supposed to be 12. Not that 10 is bad. It's just not what I programmed into this. Okay. Back to Y raises. 8 reps. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, shake that out a little bit. Now we're going to do wide curls. Elbows into the side, come up wide. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, back down to the ground for the side crushers. Right arm first. Dumbbell up, perpendicular. Support the inside of your active arm with your inactive arm inside the elbow, and ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other side. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. All right. And just like that, the second block is now done. And we're going to move on to the third block. Just letting you know, the third block will be the end. However, I'm going to break out my my power loops as a bonus. It's not something, I'm not saying it's not essential or necessary, but and you don't have to, by the way. You don't have to do any of this actually, but if you are doing this, if you want, I'm going to show some bonus moves you can do to help me burn out your shoulders, your biceps, and your triceps using power loops. Okay, I'll do that after we conclude the third block, which we're getting ready to do here. Okay, back to my. I'm gonna grab my 10s And now we're going to do lateral raises. Now these are the hardest, most difficult of the shoulder raises to do because of the long levers. Again, you want to lead with your elbows, slightly bent, you know, about a 30-degree angle, so you're coming out about like that. And that's going to hit your side and to some extent your front delt, but mainly your side delt. The other two raises were more front delt banging. We're not doing rear delts today. We'll be getting into those next week. So lateral raises, all right? Out to the side, lead with your elbows, 12 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, moving on to what we call the hammer curl. Now the hammer curl, you can go heavy with the hammer curl. You really can, because it's the strongest. Thumbs up is always you make sure you're just stronger that way. Just the way the mechanics work. So neutral grip, hands at the side, elbows tucked in, 12 reps, hammer curl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squeeze that bicep. 11 and 12. Okay, so now we're going to do the tricep kickback. So I'm just staying with the same weight. Hinge about 45 degree, look at a spot on the ground about 2-3 feet in front of your feet, and just hinge at the elbow thus. Okay, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just like the bicep one, when you're coming up, you should really squeeze that tricep too. Just get that squeeze, momentary pause at the top. Get into the meat and potatoes of it, you know. Okay, that's the first set. Okay. Let's do the last set and we'll be done. Okay, grabbing my 15s. Lateral raises. Hands at your side, shoulders back, chest up, feet about shoulder width apart roughly, and lead with the elbows. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now, hammer curls. Again, chest up, suck that core in. Always engage your core, man. Just suck that core in. Every workout you do, every exercise you do, you should be engaging your core. Just tighten it up. Suck that belly button in. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze that bicep. 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Now we're going to move on to kickbacks. I almost forgot what I was doing. All right, 8 reps, kickbacks. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. Now, okay, that's it for the workout. If you want to call it a day, call it a day. But I wanted to show some bonus stuff here. There's various things you can do with power loops, right? You can come up. You can do shoulder raise out front, shoulder raise to the side, and you can alternate it. And do about, well, do as many as you can until it starts to burn, and then you know you're starting to burn it out. Okay, so that's a good shoulder move. Biceps, again, it's pretty. You just want to you want to hold it here, and you can just, or if your power loop's stretchy enough, you can put it under your foot, right, and get down in a low position and just curl it, you know, kind of like this. You don't have to come up real high. Triceps, kind of probably that, and then just push down, squeezing that tricep. Okay, these are just some bonus moves you can do to help burn it out a little more if you want a little more exercise, and it's pretty effective. For those that were thinking it would be a little more intense, not this week. We're just getting started, and some people are just beginning, so I didn't want to push too hard. However, for this program, I'm done doing this program for you ladies. It's going to get more intense. We're going to be going to 3 sets, and we're going to be doing the 12-10-8 format, right? So you're going to be doing 30 repetitions, and I think I may actually, depending on how many weeks I end up taking this out, we may actually get to the point where we're doing 15, 12, 10, 8, just like I do in my normal workouts. So anyway, thanks for showing up, and I'll catch you tomorrow when we're back to doing legs again.